Make your plans. You know how you ask your man, like, well, what's our plans? What we doing? What's the goal? What's the goal? What plans do you have for us? What you thinking about? Ask yourself those same things. What's up? What am I doing? Corner. Welcome to the Queen's Corner, honey. I am your good girlfriend, Chanel Sara'Nita, and tonight I'm sipping on some boba. I don't know if you guys ever had boba, but it has like these little tapioca balls in the inside, and I love the taste of like the whole combination. And this one is it's from Boba Time, and it is brown sugar. My daughters put me onto boba. I love it. Anyways, so again, thank you for joining me. And of course, this is our place to indulge in ourselves. We are digging deep and experiencing ourselves on new levels, learning more about who we are. We're tapping into self love and self preservation and just becoming the best that we could possibly be. And we are healing. We are healing, honey. And I know healing is supposed to be like this trend now, this thing, but no, for real. Um, at the age that I am today, I realize how serious it is for us to all heal. So I want to tap in. I'm going to check in with myself and let you guys know how I've been. Right now, at this moment, I am feeling a lot more calm. Today, I did a lot of moving around and I feel like I didn't really get anything accomplished. I even tried to film earlier, but I was so hungry that I couldn't even think straight. Um, I took my daughter today to the doctor's to an appointment today, and that was an experience because she got a tooth removed, and it was just a lot. But I have been putting a lot of my time and thought into what I'm doing right now to evolve myself instead of just sitting on it, waiting for things to happen. I'm taking a lot more action and things are happening, and I'm excited about it. However, there's still some things that I really got to work through so that I can fully indulge in the beauty that is happening around me. I am definitely indulging more into the things that I want to do with myself, and I'm not putting them on the back burner. However, I feel like I am taking time now to get my ducks in order. As I have been doing that over some time. I told you guys about that. But right now, I'm doing a lot better at like not taking in so much of not taking in so much at one time and trying to just, take things a little bit at a time. So I'm grateful for all the beautiful things that are happening right now because they have been a long time coming. I'm grateful for what I've been learning more about myself and what I've been putting into my spirit, the things that I've been taking in, and I'm cleansing myself up too, because this year has been something. Um, I know for me, I have been experiencing so many different ups and downs and experiencing um friendships, losing friendships. I mean, I know I've lost maybe two friendships this year that I let go of, I'll say. And I felt like it had to happen, even if I didn't want those things to happen. Um, And then at the same time, I had to learn some things about myself as well. And right now, I'm doing a lot of self actualization and, okay, tapping into what I can do moving forward, right? Which I think we discussed a little bit of that as well. But yeah, man, this year has been crazy, and now 2024 is coming. Like 2024 came through here like a bully. You hear me? Like knocking up on the door, like, "Hey, I'm outside. What's up?" Like, how did we get here? How did we get here? I don't know what happened. I don't know what is happening in the universe. It's some things happening though, because the way that time is moving and how quickly it's moving, it's unheard of. It's unheard of. And so, even with that said, it's more of a reason to get your sugar together. Like, tap into some stuff because I don't know. It's just a lot of shifts and things are just happening so much quicker than I think I thought that it would. Right? Um, so tonight, our topic, I don't have a quote tonight, and I know I usually do, even though there's something in front of me that I want to say. It says, never complain and never explain. And I feel that. And it caught my eye. But I feel that because I feel like the more you complain, the less grateful you are. You don't get anything from complaining. It's not, things aren't going to grow or get better from complaining. When it says never explain, I think never explain means do what you're going to do, keep it to yourself, and keep it moving. Never explain. You never explain who you are to people. Show them who you are. Talk is cheap. It's the action, and that's something I learned about myself. I can talk and I can explain what I love and what I'm gonna do and all of these great things, but talk is cheap. No more explaining. It's action. Let's do what we're going to do. That's it. um. So the topic of tonight is, how do we get rid of the holiday blues? Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I have suffered from the holiday blues. And you see, we're getting our Christmas tree together, me and my girls. Um, but it's different. I must say, it's different. This year will be the first year since my husband and I split up that I will be spending time with just me and my girls. Um, excuse me. I think the rabbit stuff is getting to me. I have a rabbit. um, it would not be the first time that I went through holiday blues. I would go through them. So I'll backtrack. I will go through holiday blues based off the fact that when my dad passed away, he passed away in 2007. I don't know. Our family, I have a big family, right? However, our family is not at all as tight as it used to be. And I mean, not just I'm talking about my extended family as well. We used to be pretty tight. We did a lot of things together. And as time went on, a lot of people grew apart. Of course, just like any other family, there's drama, things like that has definitely um, put walls up in between a lot of us. And and then with the passing of my dad as well, it would make sometimes I would be very down. And it has a lot to do with, my mom and dad. Christmas was a thing, still is. My mother is one of my mom's favorite holidays. That and probably Halloween. She loved the holidays. But my dad would like walk around and with no shirt on, and his holiday hat. I know I've told y'all a lot about my dad, but I want to also shed light on the goodness as well. And he would walk around in his holiday hat with his stomach out, saying ho ho ho, giving away some of the craziest gifts. Like one year, he gave my grandmother a car door because her car door got messed up. So he went and got her a car door, and he gave it away. He gave it to her as a Christmas gift, and he got it put on and everything. Very thoughtful. Um, and I remember our holidays so well. And I remember the holidays when he could not be there because he may have been incarcerated, and my mom had to do it all by herself. But I will say this, my mom and my dad, they always tried to make the holidays feel special. We did get up in abundance of things. Um, but for me, I can't even remember the toys, but I remember the memories. And I think the memories, the memories is what I hold on to so strongly. And it can, and that's also what brings me sadness sometimes because I miss those days. And then I think about my daughters growing up without a granddad and how special that is because knowing what our situation may have been a little different, but I know what he would have been to them as a grandfather. And anybody that knows him, they understand exactly what I'm saying. He would have been an amazing granddad. And so when the holidays come around, I think that I mourn or I grieve on just those things for sure. Um, and now things are a little harder because I've been separated for a few years now, and we had a tradition that we started. Now, granted, there were a lot of holidays that were not the best um, within my marriage or within my relationship that didn't always turn out like I would have wanted them to, whether it was like argument or whatever, financial things or whatever. But I will say this, I made sure that we had some type of tradition and memories. And the biggest memory would be us cutting down our Christmas tree. So every year while in Atlanta, my husband and I and the girls and my mom, because she was there with us as well, we would go to a farm and cut down our Christmas tree. And that was something that was um, a big memory, but also so um, such a beautiful experience for us. We would have to, go seek out our Christmas tree, and um, my husband would cut it down, and him and Chloe Ray would carry it back, and then we would get hot chocolate and go and see the rabbits and the things that were there, and it was just an amazing experience. And I I miss that, I really do, and I have come to realize that it has been it's tough for me around the holidays because I miss that family time. So I know I said a lot, but that is that. I miss that family time. Not even during the holidays, but so many other days that I'm missing those experiences and those things with us together. Um, but I definitely feel it more during the holidays. And so as I am working through my holiday blues, because I feel like this year, the last 2 years I sent my daughters to their dad and I spent it alone, which was interesting. But it was okay. It was okay. Like I can't say that, I fell apart or anything like that. It was okay. I just missed that time together, right? Um, so I would say, and I'm giving this advice because this is what I'm doing right now for your holidays. You know, if you're feeling like you're just not up to things, you're not up to going out, you're not really up to going, it's going to be a lot of events, and you may feel like you're obligated to go to these events. If you don't feel like there's something that you want to partake in, it is okay to say no. It is okay to be real with yourself and say, this isn't something that I really want to partake in right now. And, maybe I should tell this person. It's okay to say, hey, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I love this. But I don't think I'm going to make it this time. If you feel like you need to be within yourself, be with just you, or you need to find another way to enjoy yourself, do that. But make sure you do it at a good amount of time. You don't want to, you know, tell somebody the day before that you're not going to show up for the event, right? Um, so yeah, it's okay to say no. I would also say that if you are dealing with the things that I deal with during the holidays, which is my memories, find a way to make even more beautiful memories. I have been journaling and thinking a lot about the things that I want to do with my girls this year and how I can possibly make this a good holiday for us. I know that I will. I'm not going to say possibly. How I can make it a good holiday for us, and how I can build a great memory for them. And although it's not the dynamic that we are used to, or that we usually have, I still want to do the best that I can to make it a good memory because it's important to me. And like I said, growing up, I mean, I can think of a few gifts that I received that were all of my gifts that were amazing that I would get from my family and from my mom and dad. But I can honestly say that I remember the memories so much more than anything else. All of my memories that I have experienced, I remember those a lot more, whether it was me and my mom baking cookies, and I was probably about 4, but I remember the first time we baked cookies from scratch. So the music, I remember I remember the music that was playing. I remember my uncle and his friend playing cards in the corner. I remember the taste of the sugar cookies when they were done. I remember those things. So, like I said, though, for me, the memories are way more important, and I thrive off of memories. I live for memories. And anybody that um, is that close to me will tell you that. Like, I thrive off of making memories with people because nothing is more important. Gifts are great, but for me to have quality time, it's important to me because I can't take gifts with me on my last days when I'm old and I'm out of here. I can't take the gifts, but my memories will be there. I hope. I hope. Um, but yeah, all of that to say, do the best that you can with that. Try to make good memories right now during this season. Um, if you are alone and you haven't been and you want to be around some family, if you have family members that you're close to or that you would love to catch up with them. Catch up with people that value your love and your relationship and your friendship. Catch up with those people. Spend time with those people, you know, and allow yourself to enjoy that time. Now, if there are people in your life that it's the end of the year. A lot of people do a lot. We do a lot of people dumping, where we let people go, right? If there are people in your life, or you're gonna be around like your family for the holidays, and the relationship or the bonds are broken or not as strong as you would like them to be, you have a decision that you can make. You don't have to be a part of that if you don't want to. I would never say put yourself in a situation you're already dealing with the blues. Or if you're not dealing with the blues and you're in a good space, but you may be feeling a little anxious or some anxiety about being around people that you know are not good for your health or are not good for your mental health or your well-being. Don't fool yourself into thinking that it's going to be okay. Just don't do it. You don't have to. You don't have to. Um, and again, I understand, like I said, memories, making memories, but make good memories. If you feel like you're going to be in a situation where somebody is going to antagonize you or try to trigger you in any way, remove yourself from that situation and figure out a better way to enjoy your holiday. Okay? Um, this time of year can be tricky for a lot of people. Don't, I would say, don't get so caught up in how overwhelming it could be, the holidays. Um, like I said, whether it's buying gifts or going to events, take this time for you if you need to do that. Accept, you know, your year, whatever your year looked like, accept what that was. Take time for yourself. Like this season right now is a resting season. I told you guys that I rest around this time. Although I slowly move on things. Like, like I said, it's 2024, B. 2024. It's 2024 in a few days, okay? It snuck up on us and it's knocking at the door like, hey, you home? What's up? Like, come outside. It's here. So, with that said, take this time to rejuvenate yourself, take care of yourself. Chanel is speaking to Chanel right now. Take care of yourself, of your well being to prepare for this new year. I want to say new year, new you is cliche, but every day is a chance to be a new you. Every single day. So don't just wait until the ball drops to say I want to become a better me. No. Work on that today. Let's work on how we can get better every single day and give yourself this time to have grace for yourself, to rest, to look back and analyze and evaluate what you've done during this year. I think I'm gonna do a whole journal, literally like a whole journal. If I can think of every month, then I will. What I've done, and what were the highlights of that month, and what I could have done better, or where I am right now with that. Right? Um, I'm definitely gonna sit down and think through my year and the things that I do want to evolve in next year, evolve in and involve myself in next year. Um, what boundaries I'm setting up for next year, what goals I want to meet, more so personal goals. I feel like we do a lot of, I know me specifically, particularly, I focus a lot of my goals on career path things and projects and things like that. And to be honest, a lot of my goals that I've set up, I have not reached because I'll allow like life to come over me sometimes and it'll take away everything else that I got planned. So for me this year is personal goals within myself, my consistency, um, making sure that I'm praying and giving myself more grace, but also holding myself accountable and loving myself more. And when I say loving myself more, I'll say it like this. I want a better relationship with myself. And I mean that like for real. I want a better relationship with myself. And the same type of relationship that that I want to experience with a man or with friendships. We talked about this before. I want to experience that with me. The same way that I don't want a man to break promises. I don't want to break promises. I am not going to break promises with myself. If I say that I'm going to go to this gym and I'm getting my body together, I'm getting my health aligned, because for me, like things like that, like the gym, it helps with my mental status as well. And when I stop, I can see the difference in my body, and I can also see the difference in my mind. So I want to start keeping the promises that I've made to Chanel, because how am I loving on myself if I can't even keep my own promises? How can I expect somebody else to keep their promises if I don't keep my own? I can't expect somebody else to love me the way that I want to be loved if I am not loving on myself that way, or I am not showing up for myself that way. So as I prepare for this new year, yes, I want my success to take off. I want um I have a new agent now and things like that, and I want everything that I've dreamed of to take off. I do. I want my podcast to take off. I want my books to start selling more. I have new books coming out that I want to drop. I have things that I've been wanting to work on all these years that I want to just start pushing out, right? But none of those things are ever going to happen if I don't want to be better for me from the inside out. None of those things are going to happen if I don't keep my promises to me. You can't. How are you going to do that? How are you going to make all of these steps and evolve financially and all of these ways? Can you stay out of my frame? I had to get it, y'all, because I know y'all saw the little mouse in my frame. You saw her? Um, I want to start keeping my word to me. Um, and I feel like every day I think about those things. I think about like the things that the words, the promises that I haven't kept, the promises that I haven't kept to myself over the years. And that alone, that alone to me will show you how much you really do truly love yourself. If you're breaking your own promises to yourself and you are not living up to the standards that you know you should live up to, what are we doing? Right? It's like not allowing, the fear of things, and not allowing everything else in life to distract you from the love that you're pouring into yourself. So I say, I say as this year is approaching, let's put more focus into let's put less focus on the success of our no, I'm not going to say let's put less focus on the success of our businesses and things like that. I will just say let's put more focus on being good to ourselves, being good to being good to ourselves, showing yourself how to show up for you. Um, I have made the decision that this year I'm going to say yes more to the things that will help me to evolve in life, mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally. And I'm going to say no even to the things that I want that may look good, but I know it's not good for me. I know it's not good for me. So I even no matter how much it's pulling me towards, or no matter how much it's calling my name, I need to say no and understand that God has a path for me. And if he's telling me no to something, even if it look good, that I need to learn how to let things go and move forward away from them. That has been hard for me in the last few years. And so this year, I'm making that a part of my goal list. Showing up for myself, saying yes to the things that are going to help me to evolve, whether it's an event, a person, um, a change in mindset. I'm saying yes to that. I'm saying yes to my fears. I'm saying yes to my fears this year. I have been saying no to my fears for years now. Years. It scared me away? No. It don't look like it's going to show up the way I want it to? No. I'm saying yes to pivots. I'm saying yes if things look like I need to go another way and it may not be doing what I wanted to do. I'm going to say yes to it because that one pivot may change the trajectory of everything around me. And so I'm learning that, like I learned that with moving here. I made some pivots. I came here, even with my haircut, right? Um, we were talking about my haircut. I think I just talked about it on one of the episodes. How I was afraid all of these years to make a big bold change based off of um, auditions and things like that. And I made this one change, and that was the first thing I heard was my haircut, like your look. So I'm allowing myself this year to say yes to changes. I have to, because being afraid to make those changes have kept me stuck. Being scared to commit. I have commitment issues. I must say. I'm gonna say it out loud because it is what it is. I have commitment issues, y'all. And it's more so like committing to not necessarily people, but more so just like events or jobs. Like committing can be difficult for me. And so um, I'm giving myself this chance to become more stable in my life. I've given up uh, hair fully now. I literally let it go. And unless somebody called me for a set job, then I'm here. I'm gonna take it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna take it. But as far as like being in the salon setting and things like that, I gave it up. And I'm proud of myself for that because it's time for me to do things that I haven't done and see what that does for me, how it's gonna help me to evolve. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited to finally start stepping into the new me and gaining more knowledge. I'm saying yes to that. I'm saying yes to more knowledge. You guys know I'm an avid reader, and now I am learning to be an avid learner and an avid executor. not just reading, but also using the things that I read. Because I have read some books that now I got to go back and read again because I never used what I read. I just read it, right? So that's something else I'm working on. That's something else that I'm looking forward to digging into with myself this year is just saying yes. Just saying yes. Saying yes to the things that are going to help me grow and not being afraid of them. Not being afraid of wealth. Yes, it is a real thing to be afraid of money, to be afraid of having more, to be afraid of the responsibility of having more. I am saying yes to receiving. I'm saying yes to feminine energy because that is a part of receiving. So, and it's true, like some of us, I'm one of those people who have been fearful of success, and I didn't know it until my mom pointed it out to me. Or I was always worried if I was going to make it one way and not the other way. Well, I don't want to do this because then this is going to take me from that. And then I can't do, well, guess what? Guess what it all did? Me being confused and, and, and being um, indecisive about things, all it did was remove it just took it just allowed me to be more indecisive, not have control over my thoughts or my actions, and to go years without even completing the things that I wanted to do because I was so worried of how I was going to get it instead of just allowing things to flow. So allow things to flow. Allow things to flow and let's see how this thing going to turn out. Sometimes you got to take another route and that's okay too. It's okay to take another route. Sometimes the route that we take is not the right route for us. Or maybe the route that you're being pushed towards is going to help you to get on track because that's what I'm feeling a lot of right now is that like these classes that I'm taking, I thought that it was just going to be about finance, but I am learning so much more about my personality, about personalities, about compassion, about people, how to deal with people, how to deal with certain situations. I've even learned that I might need a little bit of anger management. And not necessarily because something happened, but I am starting to have um, out of body experiences. Like, okay, Chanel, what part did you play in that? You need to look at that another way. Or how did you go from 0 to 100 real quick? Like, so during this time, it's such a learning season for me. Um, I had been, like I said some time ago, I had been going through all of these transitions, and I had been consistently transitioning, consistently changing and evolving in a different way. But I still felt like in the inside there were so many other things I hadn't evolved in yet. And although I am learning the grace part for myself, there is still ways to go. And of course it is. I'm still young. So of course I'm going to still evolve and still grow. But there are things now that I've realized these are things you need to change now. Because if I don't, all of the things that I want to receive, whether it's love, wealth, better relationships and friendships and work relationships, I got to get myself together. I have to release old hurts. I have to be open to new possibilities. I am I've been building on character so much over the past few years. And I will say that I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm getting stronger. I am definitely getting stronger when it comes down to people and personalities and dealing with certain personalities, dealing with my own personality, realizing that there are spaces when I can still be defensive about things that I could probably let roll off my back. And then in the same breath, I am also standing up to those and situations that have made me feel like, oh no, you can't hold on to that. You got to stand up for yourself. But then there's some situations recently, where I realized, oh no, I'm not, I'm not going to give that power. I'm not going to give it power because that's what people look for you to do. They look for you to get distracted, get disturbed, and get thrown off. And I mean, I have heard some things said that I couldn't believe was said. But at the end of the day, I feel like God will always reveal what's true, what's real, and I'm not defending myself against people that you don't mean me no good anyway. So I don't feel like I have to defend myself, right? I'm not going to defend myself for that. I'm through that. But all of that to say, you know, we get to a place where evolution is inevitable, right? And so you got to take this time right here, this resting period, the holidays, to get into a better space and a better relationship with yourself. The same way we want to have like a cuddle buddy. This is like cuffing season. Yeah, this is cuffing season. But if you're not cuffing, even if you are cuffing with somebody, cuff with yourself, cuddle with yourself. And I mean, I know cuffing season for me is not just being laid up, but enjoying the presence of someone, enjoying that experience and experiencing them in a more intimate space, not just a sexual intimate space, but a different level of intimacy. And I think that because we spend so much time, spring, summer, fall, we're running around, we're doing so many different things out in the world. It's okay for you to tap in and make this season your cuffing season with you, to tap into who you are, right? And love on yourself a little bit and be there for yourself a lot more, and make your plans. You know how you ask your man, like, well, what's our plans? What we doing? What's the goal? What's the goal? What plans do you have for us? What you thinking about? Ask yourself those same things. What's up? What am I doing? What plans do I have for me? What's my plan to make this thing work for me? Build that relationship with you and see how it goes. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna sit over here and work on some things because I want to be better every single day. And I'm getting there. So that concludes another episode of the Queen's Corner. I will surely be back to drop a little bit more of my own experiences and gems. And I pray that you all are enjoying your holiday season. I pray that you are not dealing with the holiday blues. And if you are, I pray that you release that and that you are able to move through it. And that you love on yourself and you love on everybody else as well. I pray grace, that you have grace over you as well. I love you guys, and thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for your support and always showing up for me. Happy holidays. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to another fire episode of The Queen's Corner. Please like, subscribe, and share with another queen. Love you, girl.